Hey CG, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Parker Ferguson.
And we have your CGTV broadcast for Friday, April 22nd, 2016.
If you drove to school this morning, you may have noticed that the parking lot is getting more crowded. Lacey Soderwitz and Ryan Stimley bring you a video about the increasing parking lot issues.
The Indiana Bureau of Motor Vehicles has switched the driver's license age from 16 and 6 months to 16 and 3 months. This has caused havoc in the parking lot.
The problem is, because the sophomores get their license later in the semester, normally the second semester is when they will get their tags because they want to drive, because now they are licensed drivers.
I mean, I get here, I've been here for 4 years, working my way to the top of the parking lot, and I get here at the same time that I did before spring break, and there are no spots, so I have to park in the back, and then the line builds, and then I can't get out, and it's ridiculous.
I don't think it's fair that sophomores get to park because it's taking up all the spots for the juniors and seniors who already had their license and been parking here for a while. And then it's making all kids show up late to school and getting tardies and getting ASDs and ISS.
Boom. Okay, so I park in the back parking lot. I don't really think it's that big of an issue, but people should just come to school earlier.
Well, I park in the front, and it's definitely a big issue, and I think that the administration should do something about it.
Many students have received parking violations and tardies due to the unavailable parking spaces.
Yes, tardies are an issue, but like Mr. Williamson said, or Mr. Walpole said, just leave a little earlier, and now that we know the route of what you have to do in order to get in, it would alleviate you being tardy. And always park into the far corner if you are running late. He suggests anywhere from 7:20 to 7:25. Just go back to the far corner to park. Don't even try to come to the front lot.
The administration weighs in on this issue and talks about possible solutions.
But some ideas that we have for next year, one would be to have numbered parking spots so that students who turn in their money for their parking pass, they would receive a number, and that number would correspond with a spot in the lot where they could park. This would help us know who is in which spot. And let's say, for instance, that you're spot 15 and someone's in your spot. We'd have a spillover parking lot where you would park, and then you would let us know that someone is in your parking spot. We could look up that person's information, assign them a consequence, and then they would no longer be parking in that spot. It'd help us keep track of how many students we have coming and going, and also keep our building a little bit more safe. So we don't know if that's going to happen yet, but that's one of the ideas that we've come up with to kind of help the problem.
We only allow any persons to get their tags in the first semester, and don't issue any more tags for the second semester, or maybe go back to where it used to be that only the seniors and juniors could drive, and sophomores would have to wait until they are now juniors in order to be eligible to drive.
The parking lot has looked different, partly because of the way the horseshoe has changed with construction. Keely Williams brings you a story about what's going on with that space.
As many students may have noticed, the music hallway is undergoing construction.
We're lucky enough that we were able to add on a new large music space downstairs, kind of by door number 10, near the old Horseshoe parking lot. As you probably noticed, the Horseshoe parking lots went away, and they've started to grade that land, and it looks like just dirt right now. That's where they're going to build a new classroom for our choirs. And then what will happen once they're done is some other folks will shuffle around temporarily. The orchestra will take over the old choir room. There's going to be some modifications that are done in there first for the orchestra, and then the orchestra will move in. And once the orchestra moves in, then the percussion room will be, which is where the orchestra is at now, will be updated and had some improvements in there. And then once that's done, then they'll go over to the band room and add some improvements over there. So this summer, it's really, people are going to see a lot of work getting done.
With the amount of students involved in music programs, the expansion will greatly influence the way they prepare to perform.
Well, I feel like the reason that they're expanding the music department is just because the ensembles have gotten to a point where they've outgrown the space that they have. Like the marching band and the percussion programs need a bigger space where they can practice their marching performances, and the current band room just doesn't have the space that they need. And I think every ensemble could benefit from just some larger space. The percussion and orchestra are sharing a room right now, so once we get more space down here, I feel like that's really going to open up the complex, and that's going to benefit all of the programs.
The construction on the music rooms is expected to be completed by January 2017.
The other students that are coming in, it'll give them a better advantage of competing and performing in the classrooms.
Another issue that has been affecting students is the school's enforcement of the policy that students must be off campus by 3:15 every day. Michael Lawson and Evan Dial bring you a story about that issue.
Some students might notice a few changes around the hallways since spring break. Today we bring to you a short video.
Students, it is now 3:15. If you are not in a school-sponsored activity currently being supervised by a staff member, you must leave school grounds immediately. Thank you for your compliance in this, and have a great evening.
Like Evan, many students have been surprised by the new 3:15 announcements. Michael Lawson and Evan Dial interview Mr. Short to discover the story.
Our school, as you guys probably know, is a lot of different parts of a building. So if you look at the social studies wing and the art wing, social studies looks like it's a long straight hallway with classrooms. The art wing, it's kind of an island in and of itself. There's some corners and places that people can go and sit. And as I walked through this morning, I was going to talk to Mr. Jones, and people are they're doing appropriate things, but they're not supervised. We want to make sure we prevent anything from happening. Whether it be some student who has a medical condition and there's no one there to supervise if something were to happen. There's a handful of other items. The 7 o'clock drop off and 7 o'clock entering the building started the day after spring break officially. The 3:15 dismissal, or on Wednesdays, I think they had to be in the cafeteria right after school by 3:15 unless they have supervision. It's really just, if a student doesn't have a club or activity and they're not being supervised here at school, they need to make sure they go home. They've got other things they can do. And we had some students who they weren't doing anything bad. They were just here unsupervised. And as you guys know, if something were to happen, there's a liability there on the school that we want to try and avoid if we can.
Next week is the deadline for the Teen Film Festival. Do you like making videos? Why not enter and have the opportunity to win a prize? Video categories include documentary, music video, feature film, and book trailers. 4 honorable mentions will receive a $125 cash prize each, and the overall festival winner will receive $400. Entry forms and guidelines are available at any Johnson County Public Library branch or visit www.teenfilmfestival.asp. Entries may be turned in today through April 25th, and the prizes will be awarded the evening of May 5th at the Greenwood Public Library.
Another club that is gearing up for a big event next Saturday is Riley Club. Emma Hughes brings you a video about the Riley Dance Marathon.
Riley Club member Jenna Walker explains what the Riley Dance Marathon is all about.
It's a super fun event where we're raising money for the Riley Children's Hospital, and there's going to be lots of dancing and fun games, and you should totally come.
Lots of planning and preparation goes into hosting a dance marathon. Senior Sabrina Maristella tells us what it takes to host this event.
We get to make signs and call businesses for donations and for food donations, and we get to plan the activities like dodgeball that we're going to play at the dance marathon, and we just try to spread the word so that everybody can come.
Riley Hospital is an important cause for many people in our community and has personally impacted many students.
I support Riley Hospital because of the treatment they gave my friend during his battle with Ewing sarcoma.
Hospital because they help kids all across Indiana.
Hospital. I support Riley Hospital because they are supporting my sister.
Hospital because they make children's lives better.
So come to the Dance Marathon next Friday to support this amazing foundation.
The Dance Marathon is on Friday, April 29th from 7 to 11 p.m.
So you can save the date next week to attend.
The tryout clinic for the dance team is on Friday, April 22nd from 5 to 9 p.m. in the CGHS West Gym. Tryouts are Monday, April 25th from 6:30 to 9 in the West Gym. Contact Coach Hannah Mueller at cgdanceteam@yahoo.com for further details. Spring sports are also in full swing, and we have several videos about those.
First, an announcement. Anyone interested in applying for a $1,000 Athletic Booster Club scholarship can pick up the Athletic Booster Club scholarship application form from the athletic office. Forms must be returned to the athletic office by Monday, May 2nd, 2016.
Some people who may be applying for that scholarship are our pole vaulters. Depending upon what meet you attend, pole vault may not be an event you see. Many times, it's held outside of the stadium. Kinsey England and Jamison Taylor had an opportunity to sit down with our vaulters and see what this sport is all about.
Pole vaulting is a sport that many people don't know much about. Here are some of the people on the track team who explain what pole vaulting is all about.
Usually we go outside and then we start drills with the pole, and then we move to the pit and we start going over bungees. We always feed off each other's energy at meets, and they always help calm my nerves before I go.
Well, most of us have a gymnast background or like tumbling, so I think the strength in our shoulders from that has really helped.
Definitely, like if there's a strong wind, it can either help us if it's behind us, or if it's like sideways, it can hurt our performance. And if it's raining, we just can't pole vault. So, my friend, I saw her doing it and I thought it was fun, so I decided to join because I have a gymnast background.
Okay, well during the off season we can't really vault, and because it's too cold or the weather or whatever, so normally we just do techniques, work on that, work on conditioning, and just get prepared for the season, or we'll go to U-Indy or Wrights and just work on technique and strength.
What most people don't know about pole vaulters is that there's usually the generalization that the guys that aren't as fast on the track team are sent to pole vault, but really in pole vault you do have to be fast because you're running full speed at a box, just planning with a big pole, so you've got to get up there and land on the mat as safe as possible.
Any muscle strain or like pulling a muscle, shin splints is a good one because you have to run and then you put so much pounding on your legs. I have shin splints a lot. I know that it afflicts a lot of track runners because of how much you have to run on their toes and how much like it just takes to hit your feet on the ground constantly. So, shin splints, pulling calf muscles, hamstrings, quads, things like that. But they're easily treatable by Dave, trainer over there. So.
Just run fast and go for it.
A friendship with my teammates helps me have courage when I'm going, and we encourage each other, help each other out.
Perfect.
I'd have to say flying through the air and landing on the mat.
I'm mainly a swimmer, and this is my first year pole vaulting, so the transition is kind of weird. Never really done a running sport, but it's a lot different, I guess.
Another sport that isn't always in the spotlight is Ultimate Frisbee. A cool VJ brings you a feature about the girls' Ultimate Frisbee team.
Captain Delaney Johnson discusses how the club started and its time commitment.
The club started last year when my coach said he wanted to get more girls involved, so him and myself actually went around other schools and offered that we have this new girls sport to play. The time commitment is kind of relaxed. We practice Mondays and Wednesdays, 3 to 5 both days. We are really flexible with schoolwork, your job, and other sports.
The team talks about what makes girls Frisbee a unique opportunity for them.
First, through the practice and conditioning, I made lots of friends. First I came here, I didn't have many plans to play Frisbee, we have to communicate through this and play better.
Ultimate Frisbee is not popular in Indiana, so it's cool to be one of the first girls teams in Indiana.
It really just increases involvement in the school, and girls have more opportunity because Frisbee, or the ultimate team as a sport, doesn't cut anyone out of the team. Like, you don't have to try out to be on the team. You can just go and have a good time, and that kind of increases awareness for girls' sports and stuff, and getting women in particular involved in the athletics here.
Anytime you go to a tournament, you always become best friends with the other girls on the other teams because Frisbee for girls is such a small sport already.
Lillian Ponder and Abigail Edminster talk about their goals for the season.
The goals are to get closer as a team, win at least 5 games, and to learn post stack, and to learn how to block and be a cutter and a passer.
One of our goals for the season was to get a Spirit Award, which we accomplished at our last tournament, so I was really excited about that. At the Indiana Invite, we got the Spirit Award. And we also want to just accept the fact that we're kind of a newer team and we might not win as many games, but we just want to learn as many skills as we can and apply them as we go through the tournaments.
Julia Coons and Hannah McCormick say why you should join.
Well, I want it to be more well known. I want more people to join and everybody to love it like we do. Like it's not really as known, so people think over it. But once you start it, it's a whole lot of fun.
You get to bond with other girls, and I've gotten really close with some girls that I wouldn't have if I wasn't involved in Ultimate.
That's all we have for you this week, CG. Bye.